Hi there, I'm Parzival's Judgment. You can also call me Will. This is my first video, and I figured that I would start sharing my art on YouTube. And the best way to do that would be a small sketchbook tour. So this is my 1-week sketchbook challenge that I did in late February, early March. It's a 3.5 by 5 soft cover sketchbook. It's sort of similar to a Moleskine. And it's got 24 sheets, so 48 pages. It is also a Dollar Rowney Simply Pocket Sketchbook, if anyone wants to know the brand. And I figured I'd just run through this and show you what I did over the 1-week sketchbook challenge, which, as it sounds, is to fill a sketchbook completely in a single week. So my start date was February 27th, and I finished it on March 5th. Now, this sketchbook is kind of off-kilter a little bit because I only realized that I wanted to finish it in a week around March 4th, which I was about at the halfway point there, and I can get to that later in the video. I always put this quote somewhere on the first page of my sketchbook. I don't really like drawing on the first page of a sketchbook, so instead I put a quote there to just remind me of important things in my life, I guess. So I had a bit of trouble actually starting the sketchbook, so I started with drawing my OC, just saying that I have to do something. This is Luke. He is one of my main OCs right now, and I just want to try out different materials on this. I think this was ink wash and ink with some sort of marker, but I don't think the marker bleeds because on the back I also used ink wash. And I just get a lot of inspiration for stuff, especially for this sketchbook, from whatever I saw at the time. So there was a lot of Tumblr posts, a lot of fashion posts. This is another character of mine, Rosalie, and this was a page that I wanted to try drawing markers on it to see how well it would take it. And it went pretty well. It didn't bleed overly and didn't soak into the paper too much. It obviously bleeds through the paper, but most alcohol-based markers will do that, and I use Copics. More sketches of my character, Kazel. And I was mostly doing these to just not only fill the page, but also get used to the sketchbook. It was generally a very sloppy-ish sketchbook, just because I was trying to get through it and just sort of working with it. It wasn't supposed to be a very clean sketchbook. It was just something to work in. And this, I believe, is from the John Mulaney sketch about being at a house party. And encountering a chain link fence. Another picture of Rosalie. This, I believe, is a fan character from Boku no Hero Academia. I don't remember, it's not mine, but I remember seeing the design and wanting to draw it. So I drew it. I believe it's one that my friend has, but I have not seen Boku no Hero Academia, so I will have to do that at some point. This is another one of my more sketchy pages I just did with pencil. This is Luke and his husband, who is an elf, because Luke exists in a modern fantasy universe. This is a environment study I did with, I think, felt tip pen and Sharpie, just to sort of get used to drawing environments. I believe this is referenced off a picture from Tumblr. And because it was Sharpie, it did bleed through. Another OC of mine named Elian, who I like drawing workout shirts on. Lamb and his braids in more detail because I don't nearly draw enough back views and I like drawing his braids. And then an attempt at drawing expressions with the markers that I have. I'm not very good at drawing coffee though. This was the halfway point. Hence Elian's halfway there statement, but this was already at March 4th, and This is when I really started to crack down on what I wanted to do with the sketchbook, which was finish it in a week. Except by this point I had 2 days left, which was March 4th and March 5th. So that was something. So I just started filling it with whatever I could at the time, including like a study of my side table, which didn't really turn out very well, and some arm studies referenced from pictures online. Here's some more arm studies here of the muscles, and this is a self-portrait of me asking myself why I did this, because I decided at the last minute to try and finish half a sketchbook in 2 days. This is my character Cameron, who is a death priest, so he likes defying death. I did a bunch of nose studies. Honestly, I think this is my favorite page in the entire sketchbook. This is my other cleric, Delka. He worships adventure, and I think this was with some sort of blue highlighter. I did have a bit of bleed with my Copics on this page, though I think this might have been Prismacolor, not Copic. And I'm not really used to Prismacolor as much. This is my character Esmeralda, and that bled through a lot. More body sketches. This one I did off of references from the 2016 USA Women's Gymnastics team for the Olympics. And there's another one. I did boob studies here because I'm not very good at drawing boobs, so I really wanted to try it out. I messed up the date stamp here because I had just gotten this date stamper, and it was backwards when I tried to stamp it. Whoops. Stereotypical Tumblr fad Mega Milk and boob window sweater, or keyhole sweater, whatever. These are not my characters, these are characters of my friends who play tabletop with me. This is me trying to use up it's actually a navy liner, and I tried to fill in a bunch of spaces here. Didn't really work. This one is another environment of, like the Feywild, which is like a fairy forest type thing, and a grave in the Feywild. This was a lot of layering of ink wash, which this paper actually takes ink wash pretty well. It does warp, but it kind of is always expected to. And then my death priest coming out of said grave because he's the death priest and he's dramatic like that. Another picture of my character Lamb tying his hair up in a ponytail, and I did this in blue color race, I believe. And then I got to the end of it, so I did another self-portrait of myself. And yeah, I finished it on the 5th. So that's pretty much it for this 1 week sketchbook video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye!